Hey ONTT Ghost, welcome back to another Minecraft Mondays. When we last left off, I screwed up and didn't turn on my OBS, not my OBS, my mic capturing software, and didn't record any audio. Not only for the YouTube recording, but for stream either. So that was unfortunate. However, I did make a super edit and cut it down real short and did a little voiceover. And I pretty much went over everything we did, which was finish up the house, fence up around here for the time where drown starts spawning, which I mentioned I thought was kind of weird because I thought they would have spawned already. And leveled down the sand a bit because I didn't like the hilliness of it. Other than that, afterwards, once I stopped streaming, I cleaned up the underside of the house a bit, and I made some stone bricks, got a few leaves to add some shrubbery, make the house look a little better, and then I added some pressure plates to the fences, to the fence gates, and to the door. I don't remember if I put the pressure plates during stream or during stream. I don't think I did. So I think what's next for today is to maybe mine a little bit more, go down and try to find some more iron, maybe even some diamonds. And then go from there. Probably I'm losing my train of thought. Go from there and then maybe start working on getting to the nether or something. Oh, actually, before I start doing any of that, let's make a farm. Oh, that's really handy. If they're both open, I can just walk right through. I don't think I ever knew that. I should probably get the seeds though already in the house too. I'm gonna make a farm just cause I need a steady supply of food. Talking about screw ups, in terms of streaming and all that. The last FPS Fridays, which was for Battlefield 5, I also screwed up because, well, this one wasn't really on me. This was more on OBS. For some reason, I always have the stream up on my phone so I can watch in case anything looks off or anything like that. Oh, I also reorganized my chest. I made a new chest and put everything nice and tidy in it, in these vertical rows. Vertical rows look cleaner, and I put them like next to what they are, so sand next to glass, all the stone, gravel stuff, the wood with its similar wood types, and then shrubbery next to it, and then random items, and then animal products, just so I can have a nice, neat, organized chest. So yeah, I always have the stream up so I can make sure that everything's running fine, and that way I am aware of any issues that would happen to the recording as well, because it's just two OBSs running at the same time. So, you know, if it's streaming fine, it should also be recording fine. But for some reason, the recording this time, and it's always worked fine, for some reason the recording this time was super stuttery. Like, it was completely unwatchable. The audio was fine, but yeah, the recording was horrendous. Like, it would drop frames not even drop frames, like, it was like the recording was like not even 10 frames a second, like 2 frames a second, 2 frames a minute even. Oh man, can I need stone. Actually, no, I don't. I need stone. Let me use these because then I end up needing more oak trees and there's not that many around. I should be good with just one, but I'll make two just in case. But yeah, the recording was super awful. So I ended up having to download the stream off of Mixer because, like I mentioned, the stream was like fine, just the recording wasn't. And then what do I want to make this? I think right here is good. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What was it like? Not 9 by 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, that's really good. So what that meant is that unfortunately the recording had the overlay on it, the stream overlay, and it also meant that actually that's all it meant. Sorry, I'm trying to do too many things at once and it's as usual screw me up. Okay, we need a bucket. Do I even have any more iron left? I don't think I have any iron left, so I might have to go mining anyways. Yeah, so apart from the overlay, also the quality isn't all that great either, just because the stream quality is usually a little bit lower once it's like, I don't know actually, because the settings are the same. I don't know. It didn't look as good as when I record. I guess it downloads at like a lower bitrate resolution or something. So it didn't look as clean, but it did the job. And the audio should be fine because the audio on the recording was fine for some reason. And the other thing is, I noticed that my mouse and keyboard became a much bigger problem with the audio in that recording. Because, should I start mining down? I'm just gonna mine a little bit this way. See if I can find some iron. Yeah, notice my mouse and keyboard were way louder when I play Battlefield, just because I'm like trying to react to things as quickly as possible. So you could hear me banging my mouse on my mouse pad, and that's already just banging on the table in general is pretty annoying. But because I also use a hard surface mouse pad, it's a little bit louder too. I really should try to get like a mic arm or something to at least get the mic away from my mouse and keyboard, because right now it's just sitting right behind it. So no matter what I do, it's always gonna capture some sound from it. Even if I like do noise gate things or try to be as gentle as I can be. The other reason I would like a mic arm is that I can't see anything half the time. Like right now I'm having a peek over because I can't see my hotbar. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm like having to lean over and look at what's in my hotbar. I don't know how people do it whenever they have the, like, even like some of the top streamers that have a mic arm and have it right in front of their face. Plenty of coal, so that's good. Ooh, spider. Scary. I was really bummed out that that other recording of the last Minecraft didn't capture the mic, just because there was some genuinely funny moments in there of me just getting spooked by random sounds and things, and I forgot to check how close it is to nighttime, and it's probably night already. Like me getting spooked by my wood cutting axe breaking, I think would have just been a hilarious thing to have. But unfortunately, it happens. So what can you do? And there's still more Minecraft to come anyway, so we'll have more things that we can laugh along to. But seriously though, that freaking axe breaking on me gave me the biggest jump scare. I'm just so on edge. I just don't want to die. Like stupidly. I'm a big fan of the Rooster Teeth channel and the Achievement Hunter guys and their Let's Plays, and I've been watching their You're Dead series, and like just seeing some of the ways they've died, it's hilarious, but also like it makes me think like, oh man, I'm just gonna get caught by some creeper and just die even if I have full armor. Should I risk it and just run out there? Imagine I do risk it and I just die. I would risk it and just run out there and go straight to the house, but I still haven't even lit up that area. Should I make the farm where, like in that big opening with the sand? Like, there's nothing else there. So I managed to, in at least, you know, in terms of my abilities and me learning and improving, I managed to do like what I feel was a pretty good edit of that Battlefield Let's Play. Not like quality wise, I guess is the word, but I managed to like, why does he gotta make that sound? What the heck is that? It's the fucking predator about to come hunt me down. Jeez. Oh my goodness. When did they add all these sounds, dude? I know there used to be like cave sounds, but these are not just like eerie cave sounds anymore. These are gonna haunt me in my sleep. It's 2:40 in the middle of the night, morning, whatever you want to call it. I don't need this. All right. But yeah, I managed to finally edit down a long video into something reasonably short. That Battlefield 5 video was about an hour and a half, I believe, and I think after I finished editing it, it was like 23 minutes or something like that. Like, that's an hour that I cut out. Now, mind you, it was Battlefield, and there's a lot of like moments in that where there's not a lot going on, especially with the last game I played, where it was the last match of Conquest, where I just ran around with the sniper the whole time and ended up having to just run around in the open fields doing nothing. But I think I managed to cut out more than I usually would, even for that. I started trying to also cut out, like, I've always tried to cut out the lulls, like the points where I'm not talking, but sometimes I feel like there's something going on within the game that I don't want to cut out, even though I'm not talking. But this time I managed to not only cut out the lulls, but also points where I am talking, but it's like it's not anything all that interesting. And I also just cut out every single like little quiet spot. I would check like if there was anything happening. Like I didn't just look at the audio and just cut every single quiet point. But yeah, I might start trying to do that more. Like just figure out where there is a lot of quietness or uneventfulness. And I feel like it didn't really take me that much longer, honestly. Which is surprising because like you would think, well, usually you don't cut anything out. Or you don't cut much out. Like, how could it not take you longer? But I got through it pretty quick somehow. Sorry I'm just mining right now, but it's taking forever for daylight to come. Might as well start working my way down. Now, this is gonna be a bit annoying because the strategy is usually start mining at Y level like 11 or so, but I can't know Y level 11 if I don't have coordinates. And I said I'm not gonna use coordinates. And I get that like people use coordinates all the time, but one, I wanted to do this like as natural as I can in terms of Minecraft, and also I want to do something that I've always wanted to do but never do. Oh man, I hear a skeleton and zombies, which is I don't like this spot. I always feel like a creeper's just gonna be up there and drop on me. Run. There's one. What was I saying? It'll come to me. Oh yeah. I've always wanted to make a like large map of the area I'm in and like put it on the wall for display, because I've always seen people do that and it always looks really nice, but I never get around to it, mostly because I hardly ever make maps. But if I'm not using the coordinates, I'm gonna have to make a map, right? And so, you know, a better way to do that. So now we can make the farm. Should I make it right here? I mean, there's really nothing else going on here. Yeah, I'm gonna make it right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, pal, friend. 1, 2, 3. Dang it! It would have to be right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why does this look? Oh wait, no, it would be like this. Right. So how's everybody's late night doing? Why are you still up? Go to bed. You know, it's late. Get you some rest. Don't be a horrible night person like me. Man, I just can't ever go to sleep like at a reasonable time. I try and always fail. It really sucks. Should I go make another shovel? Nah. I'm sorry that I haven't been able to be as consistent with the whole streaming and things. Like, I think I've managed to stream in the morning twice, even though the plan was to always stream in the morning. But I try and I try, and I'm always just still up in the middle of the night. And I wake up, and like sometimes I do wake up in the morning, but I'm like too tired to wanna put in the effort, which seems kind of mean. Do trees grow on dirt? I would assume that it wouldn't let me place it if it didn't, right? I hope it does. It's kind of a shame that it's dirt though. I want it to be grass. Should I make an iron shovel? I hate having one stick, but that's always what happens thanks to the sword recipe. But yeah, I know I'm not very consistent with this stuff, and I try. But at least I am uploading them on time in terms of the week. Like, I don't even upload the videos on the day they're supposed to go up. But at least I managed to put them up before the week's over every time so far, I think. Instead of like uploading them next week. I think. I'm probably wrong. So lately, I started playing Valorant with some friends, the new hotness, and it's actually been pretty fun. I didn't think I would enjoy it, just because I figured, like I mentioned, with the reasoning as to why I wouldn't ever play CSGO, because I think like it's too late for me to jump into that game. I feel like everybody's just been playing that for eons, and I would just get rolled, but it hasn't been bad, and I've been enjoying it, and I've been doing alright, despite my mediocre skill level. And I think part of the reason for that is because I think like that's game is catered to more like casual-ish CSGO players. I get that it's still like supposed to be a super competitive game, but it is way easier to play. The other reason I didn't think I would enjoy it though is because I'm kind of tired of the whole the shield's getting on my nerves. How's my shield so beat up? I'm kind of getting tired of the whole hero based shooters, if I'm being honest. I don't understand why almost every new game has to be hero based. And I guess it's not just shooters in general, just hero based stuff in general. Like the only one I don't mind is like Siege, but that's just because at least their stuff makes sense, you know. I'm trying to till with my shovel. Thank goodness I made two. Yeah, like I played Overwatch, and I actually played that game when it came out, and I played it for a good while. But after a while, that game got boring to me, and it's kind of put me off hero shooters, if I'm being honest. So I didn't think I would enjoy Valorant as much as I have, just for that reason alone. Hold on. I don't know if this is still true, but I believe that the closer to the water source they are, the faster they grow. So might as well put the few that I have as close to the water source as possible, right? There we go. And as they grow, I'll start getting more seeds. Okay. So with that said and done, ooh, my iron's done. I can make a hat now. Yes, it's a helmet, I know. Boom, boom, boom. Bam. Hey, look at me. I'm all suited up. Oh yeah, I made shears just because of I needed it for grabbing the leaves. What's next? Put the dirt here. Let's keep mining. Let's see what no, let's not eat that. Let's see what advancements we can go for. We could make a fishing rod if we had strings. Catch a fish. We could do that. Eat everything that is edible, even if it's not good for you. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. Completely use up a diamond hole and then reevaluate your life choices. That's funny. I might be willing to do that. We'll bee nest with 3 bees inside using silk touch. Breed all the animals. Breed 2 animals. These are more like fun things. We could try to do this one just because it should be pretty easy. Successfully trade with a villager. Jump into a honey block to break your fall. Shoot a crossbow. Oh, those pillagers that were around, they didn't give me a whatchamacallit, a crossbow. Use a totem of undying. Shoot something with a bow and arrow. Can't do that just because I don't have the materials. Fill a bucket with lava. Form and mine a block of obsidian. See, I was gonna make the nether portal by using the old bucket and lava, water and lava trick instead of having to mine things up, but I guess I'll probably still do that and just get the achievement. Anyways, if anyone's wondering why I put that random dirt block, I don't know if it still works that way, but I believe, darn it, I believe that if you put a block like that, it makes the tree, it forces the tree to grow taller. I believe that's the case. I'm not sure if maybe it's supposed to be a block higher though. Now we got a fishy. Kind of feel bad because he's just in that one block. Oh, you know what? Actually, let's go shear a sheep and make a second bed to have down in that mine just for when it's nighttime. Man, basic bed. Speaking of that totem of undying though, man, that's what I'm worried about the most, is having to deal with, you know, apart from boss fights, because those are a given, but having to deal with those pillagers, oh man, that's gonna be tough unless I have like some good armor and some good food, like enchanted golden apples. It's cool that you can have enchanted golden apples here. There's a lot of weird things about the Windows 10 version of Minecraft. Like, I get that there probably had to be some changes just of the nature of how things are coded differently, but I don't understand why some of the gameplay choices, like if you haven't played it before, on your offhand in Java Minecraft, you can put pretty much anything, but in Windows 10 version you can't. I'm trying to remember what it was that would annoy me. I think you can't put torches on your offhand Windows 10 version. But for some reason you can put arrows. I can't remember if it was the torches that you couldn't put. I just remember that there was something I couldn't put in my oven that I would usually do. That's why I'm assuming it was torches. And but you could put arrows for whatever reason. Like, why would you want arrows on your offhand? And then you can't craft enchanted apples. You can only craft gold apples, but they're honestly not all that useful. Oh shoot. And there's like a gravel to the rescue. Oh, I should have put that. Oh, actually I can still do. Why am I not using the diorite and the andesite? I know. It's annoying that I always block things off, but it's just what I do. Dude, it would suck to run into something down here. Huh. Well, this is unfortunate. How am I gonna keep going now? Better catch all that iron. Not gonna lie, this is making me a little bit nervous. Alright, that should be good. No need to worry. How do I keep going down now? Actually, redstone. Speaking of making Minecraft contraptions, we pal friend, we should be getting close to bedrock now, right? Oh wait. Don't worry. I know not to mine. Right next to it. Okay. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. There it is. There's the bedrock. Now, if I'm not mistaken, finding bedrock does not necessarily mean you're at 0. It could be like 1 or 2, but that's fine. So let's say it is 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put some blocks here just so I don't end up walking off. What was it? 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is where I would start. Shall we? Let's go this way. I know it's a lot of mining today, but it's gotta be done. We need the diamonds. We need the iron. We need the lapis for our enchantments. It needs to be done. 1, 2, 3, 4. Should I do like a 5 by 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. I lose count easily, I'm sorry. Do I say I'm sorry too much? I feel like I do. I'm sorry if I do. What the heck is that? See, like, these sounds don't even make sense anymore. Like, the original sounds made sense. It was like, since the original sounds made sense because they were like creepy wind sounds, you know, that you would expect to hear in like a big shallow cave. But these sounds, one was the freaking predator coming to eat me, and I get the predator doesn't eat people, but you get what I'm saying. And then that thing sounds like, I don't know, something's crashing down on me. Question: if you're claustrophobic, does that apply to video games too? Like, is my cave right now making people claustrophobic? Because, like, I make some pretty tightly packed caves. And I don't know if that bothers people. I'm sure it bothers some people, but I'm more curious as to whether or not it bothers people because of, like, claustrophobia. I have 2 pickaxes left and I have found nothing. Dude, can I find at least some iron? Or at least some more lapis and redstone? Give me something. Can I find some gold? What Y level does gold appear in? Is it like the same level as iron? We're gonna need a lot of gold. That might be something I have to do is go find that one biome with all the clay. I don't remember what that biome's called. But go find one of those biomes. For the unaware, those biomes naturally spawn more gold than other biomes. Speak of the devil, I found gold. Honestly, I'm more scared of the Wither than I am the dragon. I feel like the Wither's harder. It was in the Windows 10 version. Like, in the Windows 10 version, he is an absolute tank. It's just, he kills you so fast just from the withering effect alone. Wait, why am I doing that? And then without the enchanted apples, like, you need to have milk with you at all times. Otherwise, you end up dying. Cause moving on up to the east side. Something, something, I don't know the words to the song. Oh no, I shouldn't sing, that could get me banned from Twitch. Oh wait, I'm not on Twitch, I'm on Mixer. Could it get me banned on Mixer too? Have you guys seen all that? You have to delete all your old VODs off of Twitch now because apparently you can't have music in your Twitch anymore. Not copyrighted music. At least. But apparently you can't sing or lip sync either. Wait, I don't use a face cam. I'm free to lip sync all I want. Yay. 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't get music companies that do that. Like, I get it's protecting like an artist and not letting people steal their music or whatever. Yeah, I don't get that. Just because it's not like people are stealing your music off of the stream. It's, to me, it seems more like free advertising. I don't know. Maybe there's more to it than that. That's just the way I see it, though. There was someone in the stream, a Climbing Axis 505, and unfortunately, I didn't realize that he was in the stream trying to chat with me. It looked like he was, just from what I can see of what's typed into the chat, it looked like he was replying to the things I was saying. I feel bad now. I think I can. Boom. No. I need to keep using the andesite and diorite and granite. Some of the wheat's come in, but I probably won't harvest it until it all comes in. Ooh, that's actually another good mod in terms of like quality of life improvements, is the mod that lets you just right click on plants and harvest them without taking the plant out or breaking the plant, I guess. It just takes the weed out and replants the seed. Oh, Ooh, Zambi. No, get away from me, Zambi. This ain't about to become no Walking Dead situation. That'd be a cool mechanic if you could turn into a zombie. So who's in the new 13 Reasons Why? It's gone a bit downhill. I don't want to say it like that because that sounds mean. I still enjoy it. It's not like the worst show in the world. But it certainly hasn't been as good as that first season. It seems to happen a lot with those shows based off books, huh? They start going off doing their own thing and it's just not that great. Happened to Game of Thrones, man. I know it's been a while and I hate to bring up bad memories for people, but boy oh boy, what a disappointing end to that show, huh? Oh my. I was such a huge fan of Game of Thrones too. Yeah, it is what it is, I suppose. But yeah, new season of 13 Reasons. It was a weird one. Won't spoil anything, but a lot of weird turns. It was. This isn't really a spoiler. I'm not about to give anything away, but maybe cover your ears in case maybe you would have liked to have been surprised by this. But in one episode, there's a futuristic sci-fi plot. Like, and I know that sounds weird, but yes, I am still talking about 13 Reasons Why, the show about the girl named Hannah Baker and all the struggles that the kids go after what Hannah Baker does. Yeah, it was it was so weird and cheesy, but it somehow made it hilarious. But yeah, I don't know. And does anybody know, but were there like reshoots for that show or for this season? Because there's some weird parts that don't make any sense. This one might be a little bit more spoilery. I won't say any details, but you are warned in case something about this bothers you. But at one point, there's a character who is in the hospital, and everybody's there to see said character, except for Ani. She's not there at all. She never goes to visit him. She's never in. They do a lot of like these time lapse kind of scenes or like musical montages. I don't know what to call it. During those scenes in the hospital, when they're not just like showing everybody talking to the person in the hospital. But she's not in any scene. She's not in the scenes where they're talking to the person in the hospital. She's not in those musical cuts of people just sitting in the lobby waiting in the hospital. She's just like not there at all. And it's just weird and nobody mentions anything. And like at one point in the show, Ani does go away for a bit because she needs to take care of something. But this is like way after that. And she just disappears. And then after that, she comes back and nobody says anything. Like it never happened. And in that same scenario, at one point, Claire runs off and does something. I'm trying to be as vague as possible here. And Tony somehow finds him, which was weird in itself because Tony just shows up out of nowhere for some reason. It's like Tony had been chasing him the whole time, Tony was nowhere near at this point. I think he maybe was in the lobby of the hospital, I'm not sure. But, like, they don't show Tony going after Clay or anything. You see Clay run out of the hospital, and as he runs out, he runs into Zach and Alex, and Clay's dad goes after him. But that's it. It's just Clay's dad that goes after him. But then as the scene progresses, Tony shows up to help Clay or whatever. And Clay's dad's nowhere to be seen. And then, so that in itself is weird, because Tony just shows up out of nowhere. But what makes it weirder is that when Tony shows up, he's all beaten up. Like, he's all bruised and bloodied. And this isn't really spoilerish, but in this season, Tony starts participating in amateur boxing fights. So, there have been scenes where Tony's all bruised and bloodied just because of the fights he's been into recently. But he hadn't been in a fight up until this point. Or, he had been in fights, but he wasn't in fights recently at this point. They had just been to a dance and he was looking normal. He was cleaned up, no bruises, no cuts whatsoever. He even dyed his hair a new color in this scene. But then when we get to this scene where Tony fights Clay, he's all beat up and bloodied, and his hair is back to its original color. And then they just write it off as, oh, Tony was all bruised and he was there because he had just recently gotten into a street fight. But at no point in the plot would there have been a reason for Tony to be in a street fight. Like, there was no reason for that to have happened at any point. It's like they had something else planned and they recut and then did some reshoots and some edits or something, but they still needed to use that scene. So they're like, oh, well, we'll just say he's in a street fight. But it makes like zero sense. The last 2 episodes of this season were pretty good though. Like, things wrap up nicely because it's the last season that they're gonna do, so at least there's that. Let me clarify. Things wrap up as nicely as they can for this show, because after the last season, yeah, I don't know. The show's just gone completely off course, to be honest. And I hate to be this guy, but Ani's character is just not great. So if there is one more positive, is that Ani's character isn't around as much. Now, I have no problem with the actress or the way she acts. It's just the persona that they give Ani is so, I don't know, like, annoying. Not annoying. Annoying is not the right word, because she's not annoying in the normal sense. Like, it's just, she has this way of talking throughout the whole series where it's like she's always this super wise voice of reason, but it just feels so out of place compared to all the other characters who are much more grounded and, you know, like normal high school kids. But here comes Ani, who's like this super wise and sage person who happens to have like an British accent. I don't know. And then to top it all off, like, the most frustrating part about Ani's character as a whole is just that they just introduce this new random character and just throw her into the mix. Like, if I murdered somebody, and I would never, but if that were to happen, like, I wouldn't just bring in some random person and tell them every detail of my life. Like, that just never made sense to me in that show. And then at the end of the 3rd season, they end up bringing in somebody else too. um, the Charlie kid, but somehow they made him somewhat likable. I think Ani's character could have worked if they just hadn't made her like super wise character or something. I don't know how to explain it. Just the way they made her character that just didn't really fit in with the other characters. And how, I don't know. I'm getting too into talking about this show. But yeah, in the end, it wasn't too bad. Definitely could have been better, but it is what it is for where that show is now. So the way it ends is decent. There's definitely worse ways to end the show. But on the subject of like shows going off material and then not doing a good job, can we just talk about and give props to just how perfect Breaking Bad is as a show? Not just because of how good it was, but because of like how good it is throughout its whole run, and like how well it ends. Like it's 10 out of 10 in terms of like TV storytelling. I need to get into back into Westworld. I haven't seen the 3rd season yet, but I hear that's been pretty good too. I know the 2nd season wasn't exactly the best, but I still enjoyed the 2nd season. I still enjoy that show. So hearing that the 3rd season's pretty great is kind of cool. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. But yeah, Breaking Bad, what a show. The El Camino movie is okay. It doesn't make the show worse or any better. It's just like a little bit extra if nobody's ever seen it. Just like a nice little cherry on top of a great cake, I suppose. Do you put cherries on top of cake? Ice cream, I guess. I don't know how to phrase it. Better Call Saul is also really good. Although I fell off that show. Not because I didn't like it, but I tend to have this habit of when I'm waiting for a new season of a show, it ends up feeling like forever that by the time the new season comes, I just never get around to watching it. And the next thing I know, it's been like 4 seasons already. That happened with Better Call Saul. I was on season like 3 or 4. And I think they're like on season 6 already now, or something like that. But up to where I got, that show's really good. Well, there's creepy sounds again. That one... What even was that sound? That one was another super weird one. It sounded like some weird computer. It's like they were trying to connect to AOL Online on their dial-up internet. I really wish Minecraft would add more in terms of adventure, I guess. I wish there were more bosses and more secrets. Another game I really like to play is or that I like playing, I don't play it very much anymore, is Terraria. And that game is interesting because while there's mining and crafting and all that, the world isn't infinite like Minecraft's, and there's definitely like drawbacks to that, but the world it does have is so full of like things to do and adventures to go on, and then there's so many different challenging bosses that are interesting in their own unique ways and cool weapons to find and make. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. What? Oh no. Well, that could have been a disaster. Well, this explains a bit. Oh man. Well, this explains a lot actually. Gotta be careful around here, don't wanna. Darn it. So then, this is 0 then. This is why I can't find diamonds, because I'm not on Y level 11. I'm on Y level freaking 15 or something. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That is unfortunate, man. I've been wasting all my time mining up here. Oh man, dude. Alright. I really should stop, but I want them diamonds. So I'm gonna try just a little bit longer. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a cave or a opening, just like I did over there up top, and then mine just a tad bit more. And hopefully I'll find diamonds. I'm probably only gonna make one of these tunnels if I'm being honest for today. Should I mine like off stream? Like, should I do this like just play on my own and find materials on my own just so that I can do other stuff when I stream? But then I feel like I might end up just progressing so far that, like, at that point I'll just be back. 2, 3, 4, 5. Another thing I'm worried about facing in this hardcore world is I don't know if I mentioned. I think I got sidetracked and only mentioned the wither, but raids in the mansion for pillagers, which I do plan to do, so I can get a totem of undying, because that'll come super handy. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But yeah, those raids can be pretty difficult on hard. And I don't want to end up dying trying to go for a totem of undying. That would be pretty ironic. Is that the word? I think that's the proper use, right? If you ever wonder why I go 5 before placing a torch, it's because I feel like aesthetically it provides the perfect amount of lighting in between torch spacing. I know that even though it might look dark, torches still sometimes, even though it looks dark, torches tend to still provide lighting. It just looks dark. I know that the torches have like a wide reach, like actually I think it's like 7 blocks from the center. But aesthetically, I feel like it leaves everything looking bright. 5 blocks apart. And 5 blocks conveniently is as far as your pickaxe reaches without moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it just works out so neatly. It just feels like such a huge fail to not find diamonds this whole time. I get that diamonds are rare, but I still expected to find some, even at Y level 16. Isn't like Y level 16 where they start appearing? And then Y level 11 is like where they're most present. There aren't like biomes that don't have diamonds, are there? And I'm just like, no, even if there were, I'm pretty sure I'm in a pretty average biome. I'm just having some real bad luck. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna mine the main tunnel of both these in the hopes that I find diamond before I finally call it quits. Because apart from me already also running out of pickaxes, I am starting to fall asleep. Well, this is unfortunate, guys. It was an unsuccessful day of Minecraft of almost no progress. Well, some progress. It wasn't a complete total loss. We got a lot more iron and a lot more coal. So we're pretty much set up with coal and iron. And me, spooky, stupid, don't like you. What I've been planning to do is to come back off stream, off record, and mine just enough to find my first vein of diamonds. Just that. No extra diamonds, no extra materials. I'm just gonna mine as little as possible just to find those diamonds. And then that way when we pick it back up next Monday, I'll at least have diamonds. And it won't be a ton of mining again. I feel so bad at how much mining I did that here's some action for you guys. Kill that zombie. Oh, what are you doing there, Mr. Zambi? That is not your home. No, sir. I cannot allow this. There's a spider, man. There's a spooter. I'm kind of worried there might be a creeper. Bam! Oh, God. I blocked that. I call shenanigans. Here's the direct. Actually. Now, kids, don't pollute the waters in real life. In real life, the trash stays there. In Minecraft life, it disappears after 5 minutes. Alright. This isn't completely ready to be harvested, but I need the seeds. I want this to be. It's not gonna be enough yet. 81 is the magic number, ladies and gents. Hey, our fishy's still there. What should we name it? I'm gonna name it Timmy. I'm gonna name it Clay. Just because we were talking about 13 reasons. Or should I name it Walt? Just because we also talked about Breaking Bad. Let's ask the fish, shall we? That's good. That's good. Now, Mr. Fish, what should we call you? Is it Walt? No? Is it Clay? Yes? Yeah, see, y'all saw it. He said yes. He said yes to Clay, no to Walt. So now we have Clay the fish and Pinky the sheep. Today was a bit unsuccessful and slightly uneventful. But hopefully the conversations were fun and interesting. We talked about some TV shows, reminiscing about how bad they are, and reminiscing about how good some of them are, and some other lovely conversations along the way. I hope that next episode will be far more interesting and more eventful and adventurous. Maybe we'll start working on that map that I want. Actually, start on the map and head off to find a village. And maybe we'll make a little challenge and not take a bed. I don't know yet. It's kind of scary. Because I don't know how common villages are in Java Minecraft. In Windows 10, like, they're everywhere. But in Java Minecraft, I don't know. It's been a while since I played Java Minecraft. At least vanilla. So, maybe they're pretty common here too? We'll see, I suppose. I'll probably head on that way. Hopefully there's a bit more desert. So that I can get some cactus, because we'll probably need cactus at some point. But, again, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you guys when I see ya.